Howdy y'all, and welcome to the first in a series about player types. So, to start off, you see, D&D isn't about the DM, it's about everyone. You need to be flexible if you want to be great. Catering to your players, and all that fun stuff. So to help ease you into your job, I'll be creating a series of videos dedicated to helping you understand how to deal with certain kinds of players. Today I'll be going over the actor playing style, or the descriptor. Actors tend to favor and often enjoy characters that are capable of ending combat without violence or role-playing in combat. This can take many forms, though the three classes that most favor this, or I guess just the classes that most favor this, include Bard, Warlock, certain types of rogues, and the Enchantment Wizard. And they tend to be choosy about what they pick as the backgrounds. They like to be very involved in the story. In regards to the background, they like to be involved. So one of the ones that really can help them are ones that are heavy in diplomacy or backstory, things that have them connected to many kinds of people, many kinds of places. So one of the best ones for these is the noble, but you can also go with folk hero, and you can go with just about any of them, but you will often never see them playing things like the Hermit. And that is because the Hermit was likely not as involved with the world. So to start, I'll go over how to spot this particular type of player. They tend to like to describe themselves a lot, developing an intricate personality and a well-laced backstory. If a player comes to you with an extensive backstory, you've likely found one. So be careful not to confuse these with the other type, which is the storyteller. And I'll be going over that in a later video. What that truly sets them apart is their interaction with NPCs, and oftentimes as well with player characters. And they'll do this a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. You'll see these characters going around asking lots of people if they've seen something related to their backstory. They might not mention it directly, but they'll hint at it, trying to find people that might know of what happened. Might try to piece things together of their backstory that they've let happen. And the other spot that really puts them in there is that they really enjoy the spotlight when it comes to acting out something. They are the little Shakespeares of Dungeons and Dragons, if you will. And so now that you've truly noticed these attention hogs, I would like to tell you how to maybe attend these people. What you need to first do is get a solid backstory from them, and you need to incorporate it by some means into the campaign. Perhaps start with a letter from an old friend. Something like that something like that. It needs to be a significant portion of the backstory, someone they'd recognize at least. Or maybe you can say, like, you recognize this letter, this name, as an old friend of yours from the castle, or an old friend from Ravendock, the town in the middle of nowhere. And with a sort of quest attached to it, sort of asking them something like this. Dear James, it's been a while since I last spoke, and I've heard you've been causing quite a bit of mischief again. You never change. Anyway, I found a powerful artifact, I think, and I'd like for you to come and check it out. Please come soon. I'd hate to have sold it before you can see it. Love, Heather. And you will they go off on their adventure to go, and he convinces his party to attend him because of this artifact, this magical thing that could bring all kinds of things that you just don't know, and you want to find out. And you convince and he convinces the players to journey forth on this, to this, and they get there, and they find out that they get there, and he goes through this whole talk with her, and then he finds out that she's not the same person as she was. And then he starts going around asking the people what's happened, and they tend to be very distant. And then they get into a fight later on, because you've now found out that this scepter that she found started possessing her mind, making her do things she would never do before. She started to think of hurting other people. As you start trying to reach out to her in combat, this is what this is where the actor truly shines, trying to talk to their old friend, trying to convince them that this isn't the right path. And through enough persuasion and enough deception, they finally managed to get her to come to a sudden realization, and they swiftly pull the artifact out of her and snap it, ending the curse. And the town celebrates as the return of a girl and the return of an old hero back to what they once were. And this is only one example of how to deal with it, and there are many, many others. I would like to hear what you guys would do with an actor-player type. And while it might not be the best, it does at least like highlight, I feel, portions of what might be important towards this kind of a character or player. But of course, I'm no super genius, so please share your thoughts and ideas about how you might handle this particular event, or what else you might do to involve an actor-style person. I will be continuing this series at a gradual pace. In the next video, I'll be talking about the optimizer, or the min-maxer, so stay tuned. And as always, stay hidden and stay alive.